Hey guys, what's up? This is Pak. Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because I haven't been making any videos and I haven't been making any side projects during this entire quarantine. I think we all got into our different mental states, and I've been looking at different quotes and videos and artists, and everyone has a different perspective about the world that we're living in right now, and just how we as artists or business people, or basically just anyone, how we could bypass it. Or this is the time to create, this is the time to do this and that, this is the time to rest, this is the time to work, this is the time to refocus. I've been taking a break mentally. I think this was a great time to refocus on my job and also rest and also think and imagine, because I think that one of the biggest elements of creativity comes in the downside. It comes in the rest time, it comes in the quiet and the silence. Inspiration always comes like in those hours of the night where you're like just thinking, and just immersing yourself in your environment and your surroundings. And I think that it is very important that we remember that there are many ways that we can take times like this, especially in this time of crisis. I just wanted to make a little quick video introduction for the new season. I think that we're all stepping into a new season, and we've been learning a lot. I've been talking to friends and co-workers, and I think we are at a time of learning. We're at a season of learning, but also we're at a great season to be creative. Our jobs have changed, the way we do life has changed, the way we're shopping has changed, the way we're communicating has changed. Everything has changed, and it is pretty good for us to just continue to adapt and evolve accordingly, but also give us time to rest. I was looking at different quotes in the last couple months, and in the beginning, this entire season turned into a productivity challenge, into a productivity race, and everybody was saying that if you don't create your business in this time, you're lazy. If you don't create a huge brand, or if you don't create a product and you don't go out there and you don't succeed at this point, that you just failed and you dropped an opportunity. But then also, as the weeks continued, Gary Vee said it himself, and he was one of the first ones to continue talking about productivity and not being lazy and using this time to create and produce. But eventually, as the time continued, he changed his stance. He said,
I'm going to give you a crazy answer. I think you should eat more and stay unmotivated and enjoy the vacation, because you have your whole life to fix it. My biggest point there is don't beat yourself up. This is a global pandemic. This is a once in a half century event. This is not something that I'm going to let your lack of self-esteem eat you up. Take a step back, take a breath. It's going to be okay.
The world is already in a chaos, in a crisis mode. Everyone's already anxious, everyone's already tired, everyone's already overworking and dealing with finances, family, safety, health, everything. The last thing you need is to pressure yourself into creating or becoming a successful business person in this season. This is a season of growth. I believe as a world and as creatives and as workers, we've all been planted once again into this new soil. And as as every seed is planted, it is not the time to produce fruit, at least for some people. Obviously, there's people at a different place. There's people who are having a different journey, and they're producing fruit at this point, and they're reaping the benefits of their hard labor in a different season. But all the rest of us, we've been planted, and it's okay to be underground and to be silent and to just be obtaining and feeding ourselves with these elements, just drinking and feeding ourselves with inspiration and with other artists and with fun. I really enjoy this new season of growth for TikTok, because this was a platform that for the last months and or years, people have been talking about it, and nobody just really wanted to jump on, because it was just for the kids and it was a different thing and it was just for fun, and like whatever idea you had about TikTok, it's true. And in this season of like full-on crisis, I think TikTok came out and like kind of save the day, and I think for a lot of people, there's still a lot of people who are not trying to join, and I'm not saying you should join and jump into challenges, but I think this piece of technology brought everyone together with the challenges and the music and those fun videos, and I think it just brought this new wave of entertainment where everyone can produce entertainment, when everyone can produce something more light than just sharing news and sharing stories, which I think are also important. But I think in this season, we are seeds that are planted. If you're in this season and you feel like, well, I'm one of those people who didn't produce. I'm one of those people who are still waiting to get the idea. I'm one of those people who still doesn't know where to go, and the crisis is we're in the middle of the crisis, and the quarantine might be lifted, the quarantine might not be lifted soon in my area. I think I'm in the same place as you. I'm a creator, and I consider myself to be a content creator, and I produce YouTube, and I produce graphics, and I keep up with my Instagram. But when the season started, like mentally and emotionally, a lot of things changed, especially in my work field where we went to church at home. There was a huge shift on the way we did things. So I had to refocus, at least for the first month and a half, in a lot of work, and I immersed myself in work. And every free time I would go online and see how people were saying, if you don't produce something for yourself right now, you're missing out. But I was just tired because I was working a lot, and I was working overtime, and I was working a lot mentally, even at night, just thinking, okay, how are we gonna adapt to this change? So even being a content creator, I feel the way you feel. If you feel like, well, I haven't produced anything for myself, you know what? It wasn't a season for everybody. People who were in a journey of producing, they're already getting fruits. I've seen people and I've seen friends who right on, started creating face masks and brands and things that were already on their hands to produce. And yes, they're reaping the fruits, and they're reaping the benefits of their labor, and they were already in an era where they can produce a good. And it wasn't the case for everybody. I consider myself in a season of going back underground and being a seed. And during this season, I feel like my seed is breaking a little bit. I see the inspiration again, and I see the focus again, and I see how things might change for the future. And it is time, it is time for me to come back out and speak and share, and not because I didn't have anything else to say before, or not because I have a great, massive idea right now. But I think my moment of isolation and being planted and growing and thinking, passed. I was there for the last couple of months. The whole world has been dealing with these things differently, and I just want to share, in the next couple of videos, different perspectives and different ideas and projects that were born or that were worked on during this period that has really changed the way the world is going to operate in the future. So my message today to you is, if you feel you were not one of those people who are producing a fruit, it's because you are one of those people who is a seed, and you are planted right now. So just continue to grow, continue to feed yourself with inspiration, artists, entertainment, rest, ideas. Just bring everything in, soak into those things. Even rest and entertainment is something that is huge. You cannot produce something that people want to consume if you don't consume it yourself. So, immerse yourself and find TikTokers, YouTubers, or just artists who are doing something that you really enjoy. If you can scroll through 1,000 videos of people dancing, then maybe you want to create dance videos. If you can scroll through comedy, then you might be into comedy, and it's something that you really enjoy. So just find those things that move you, find those things that you're passionate about, and just the thing that you can spend the most time is probably the thing that you want to spend the most time producing. So this is my message today. If you're a seed, don't feel bad. It is time to be planted, and eventually you're gonna come out of the ground and you're gonna be producing fruit, and we can wait till that happens so we can all enjoy it together in a different time, in a different world, post quarantine. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this small message. Stay safe and stay healthy. See you guys next time.